I never in a million years thought that I would be in the cannabis industry and making a short video to be on Connected TV. Here I am, though. It is a very weird and odd journey that brought me here. My experience prior to the last year of my life and getting involved with the cannabis industry was what I knew in high school. So, buying bags from folks, and granted, I went to high school 2000, 2004. So a while back, I had some connections to the cannabis marijuana. My brother actually got involved in selling some bad stuff, got arrested, some poor choices. That was one of my outlooks. After we graduated high school, one of my high school boyfriends had actually also gotten involved and was murdered in a drug deal. So my connotation of cannabis, the plant, whatever you wanted to call it, was not very fond looked on. And when I went off to college, it wasn't something I ever dabbled in or really chose to partake in. And I went heavy on the alcohol. So I spent 2 decades of my life hard and heavy on the booze. And it took some life-changing moments for me to realize what that was doing and that I needed to stop. It took a very traumatic event with the birth of my twins where we almost lost my daughter due to some medical errors. And I had to be emergency put under. I wasn't aware of my daughter's birth. I didn't come out of the recovery room for about 3 or 4 hours. I have photos of holding my twins after giving birth, apparently, that I have no recollection of. I don't remember the first day of my twins' life. And those issues were never addressed in the hospital. We had some issues after the hospital, and I chose to turn to alcohol to really get through that time in my life. And that's what really made me hit my rock bottom and decide I wanted more. And that led me back to cannabis as I started going alcohol free. This was the same time the hemp beverage category was really taking off. I had my first drink in May of 23. At the time in New Orleans, there was only one wine store. So lucky me, alcohol problem, having to go into a wine store to buy cannabis drinks. But that was where I got to try it, and I realized that I could have a little bit of a buzz without all the negative effects of alcohol. And as I joined in my alcohol-free journey, I really started digging into the research on alcohol, which led me to all the health consequences that are not made publicly aware to us, but more importantly, the deceptive marketing that is done towards not only us, but younger children and getting them in their pipeline. And this pissed me off. But at the same time, I was having these cannabis drinks and I was like, wow, this is a really healthy alternative for women, for others that want to get off the alcohol but might not be able to go cold turkey. And then between learning about alcohol, I also started to research cannabis. And it's so misunderstood. I'm from the Midwest. I live in Louisiana in the Bible Belt, and we're not like a Denver or we're not a California. It's not as welcoming and as accepted. I can go to a play date and have a bottle of wine. No one cares. I show up to an adult-only barbecue with a cannabis drink, and the amount of stigma, the amount of questions I have to answer, it's just unreal. But secretly, all these women were sending me messages asking me why I switched, what the benefits were, and what they could do. And so that brought me into the cannabis industry, where my goal is to expose the health consequences of alcohol, the deceptive marketing of alcohol, and I really want to educate others that might not be as aware or in areas of the country that are as open about stigma, that it's not just getting high in the garage and not taking care of your children, that there's so many health benefits to plant-based medicine. Looking forward to working with all of you, and thank you for taking the time to listen to my story about getting into the cannabis plant world, how it's misunderstood, and I'm really looking forward to being here.